This is Holloway Radio. Will you please give me your position over the Redar Baker, over?
Holloway Radio, this is Easy Ter 3 at 10,000 feet of Victor Fox.
I bet you didn't know these things about Ethiopian Airlines. Trust me, its history will shock you. Before we take off on this epic journey through time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because what you're about to hear is the inspiring tale of a true grass to grace story. The story of Ethiopian Airlines begins in 1945, when Emperor Haile Selassie dreamed of connecting his nation not only within its rugged mountains and valleys, but also to the wider world. On December 21st of that year, Ethiopian Airlines was officially born. The government partnered with the American carrier Trans World Airlines, known as TWA, to provide the management expertise, while Ethiopia itself provided the vision and financing. On April 8, 1946, the very first flight took off. Imagine it, a Douglas C-47 Skytrain, a military version of the DC-3, flying from Addis Ababa to Cairo with a stop in Asmara. The airline began with just 5 of these aircraft, old, surplus warplanes with folding canvas benches instead of modern seats. By the end of that same year, more planes were added, and the airline's bold green, yellow and red livery began to appear in the African skies. But make no mistake, the journey wasn't smooth. In those early days, the airline faced daunting challenges. Ethiopia was a land of mountains and vast distances, with almost no aviation infrastructure. Airports were scarce. Experienced pilots and crews were nearly impossible to find. In fact, the very first years of Ethiopian Airlines relied heavily on American pilots and technicians. Yet slowly, a new generation of Ethiopian aviators began to rise. By 1957, the first Ethiopian captain took command of a flight, a historic step towards national pride in the skies. The roots of Ethiopian aviation, however, go even deeper. As early as the 1930s, Ethiopia had established a pilot school in Jigjiga. Early pioneers like Mishka Babichif, Asfa Ali, Bahiru Kaba, Tesfa Mikhail Haile, and even the country's first female pilot, Mulumebet Emru, paved the way for the men and women who would one day serve as the heartbeat of Ethiopian Airlines. From these humble beginnings, the airline began to climb steadily higher. In the 1950s, it acquired new Convair 240 aircraft, offering pressurized cabins and a new level of comfort. By 1958, DC-6B Cloudmasters were soaring across long-haul routes. Then, in 1962, a milestone, Ethiopian Airlines entered the jet age. It became the very first airline in Africa to fly the Boeing 720B jet. A brand new airport at Bole was built to handle the jets, and suddenly Ethiopia's wings stretched farther than ever before. The airline continued to grow and mature. In 1965, it became a share company, officially adopting the proud name Ethiopian Airlines. By 1971, leadership passed to its first Ethiopian general manager, Semret Medhane, a moment that symbolized a true handover of the skies from foreign managers to Ethiopian hands. The 1980s brought wide-body aircraft like the Boeing 767, which set distance records flying non-stop from New York to Addis Ababa. By the 1990s, Ethiopian Airlines was connecting not just Africa but the globe, opening routes to Washington, New York and beyond. The airline launched its Sheba Miles program, rewarding loyal passengers and further anchoring itself as Africa's flagship carrier. The 2000s were a time of even greater transformation. Ethiopian Airlines added Boeing 737S and 767S, then became the first African carrier to order and operate the revolutionary Boeing 787 Dreamliner. In 2010, it joined Star Alliance, stepping confidently into the world stage alongside global giants. And today, Ethiopian Airlines has risen from just 5 aging aircraft to a modern fleet of over 150 planes, including Boeing 787S, Boeing 777S, Airbus A350S, and the latest 737 MAX jets. It now flies to over 140 international destinations, with more than 70 of them in Africa alone, connecting more African cities than any other carrier on the continent. Each year, the airline carries millions of passengers, over 19 million in its most recent fiscal year, and earns billions of dollars in revenue. And yet, despite its size, it remains deeply Ethiopian at its core. Step onto an Ethiopian Airlines plane, and you'll notice something unique: the uniforms of the cabin crew. They are not just airline uniforms, they are statements of culture and pride, blending modern elegance with traditional Ethiopian patterns and colours. They reflect the beauty of the nation itself. And the service? It spans all categories. In economy class, passengers enjoy comfortable seating, warm hospitality, and the famous taste of Ethiopian cuisine served in the skies. In Cloud 9, the airline's business class, travellers are treated to spacious seats, fine dining and personalised care. Every class is built around Ethiopian warmth, dignity and professionalism. The world has taken notice. Ethiopian Airlines has earned Skytrax's 4-star rating, awards from Apex as the best airline in Africa, and recognition from governments and organisations across the globe. Passengers consistently speak of the comfort of the flights, the excellence of the service, and the professionalism of the cabin crew. But perhaps the greatest award is something less tangible: respect. Ethiopian Airlines is now the star of Africa's skies, a beacon of resilience and strength. From a fleet of 5 military surplus planes with canvas benches to a fleet of ultra-modern jets spanning 6 continents, it has proven that with courage and determination, no dream is too big. This is more than an airline. It is a national symbol, a global success story, and an inspiration to anyone who believes in rising from grass to grace. Ethiopian Airlines teaches us that through resilience, strength and vision, it is possible not only to survive hardships, but to soar above them. And that, my friends, is the story of Ethiopian Airlines, the pride of Africa and one of the world's most respected airlines. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe, because there are many more tales of history, resilience and triumph waiting to take flight.